name is Daki. Today news is boiling. A lot of stuff are happening. Yesterday night, we got reports from Peruzzi and Dammy Krane over the OBO conversation. It became a back and forth conversation because obviously we all know that Peruzzi came at the point in defense of Davido against Dammy Krane, and Dammy Krane came out to lay massive allegations against Peruzzi, saying he will get back to him, saying he slept with Davido's wife. He said it in Yoruba. All of this conversation, it became a whole big deal. But then Peruzzi decided to open the chapter again yesterday night, and it went agog. Everyone was talking. It was trending. Peruzzi was number one at the time on Twitter. It was trending everywhere. People got the attention, and obviously all of that I'll bring them to you as the news commences. Like I said, like I always told you guys, you can now stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at the same time. Let's see what the news look like. We'll begin the news with Davido. Last week it was trending everywhere where we saw Abu Salami coming out to say he was going to sue Davido to court for the sum of at the time over the money Davido stole from him. According to him, the sum of 218 million naira. Now this came after Amaju Pinnick also came out to say we're going to sue Davido for not coming to perform after he was being paid, and then it was suing him in billions at the time. Now Busarami also said they were going to follow suit and also sue Davido for taking his 218 million naira. But then yesterday we saw a report that as against suing Davido has taken a step further to first and foremost invite him to for questioning the Nigerian police force. Abu Salami was saying yesterday at the police station, and then he has been invited for crimes such as cyberbullying, stalking, and signature forgery. And if you recall properly, these are all what he has been accused of doing to Davido, and then it has been said that he forged Davido's signature at the point, and then he has been stalking Davido online, and then cyberbullying just means intimidating someone online, basically. So you go online to say someone is a thief and the person is not a thief, you have just bullied the person. So Davido is saying all of this, I'm going to be inviting you for questioning, and obviously if you are found guilty, you will go to court. So for this case, it's getting heated, and then let's see where this is going to lead us to, because we know Abu Salami also has to answer questions. At the point he came out to say Davido boys have just murdered someone in Abuja. Until date, we have not seen proof that anybody was killed at the time. That is a serious allegation, but I'm sure in coming days we'll get full report as it concerns Abu Salami and Davido. Moving on from this is another person who came out to say Davido was owing a partner, IVD, the sum of 4 million naira over the Toyota Venza he got for Israel at the time. Now, Davido got a Toyota Venza for Israel at the point from IVD. IVD is a popular Nigerian who deals in cars and all of that. At the point, he lost his wife, and then after that event, he has been seen multiple times with Blessing, CEO at the time. And then Blessing came out in a contest between she and Very Dark Man. She actually had to put a Davido in the conversation, saying Davido is still owing a supposed partner, IVD, the sum of 4 million naira for the car he bought on credit. IVD came out to say that's not true. Davido has paid me in full. But then Blessing said she had receipts that IVD told her that David was still owing her the sum of 4 million naira. Yesterday, she also has been invited by the police force for questioning over accusing Davido wrongly for owing the sum of 4 million naira. Now, it's getting interesting because for all of you or all those who have accused Davido wrongly, Davido is taking a step further to invite you guys, basically no arrest, just saying, okay, come to the police force to prove that yes, I did not do this thing. And if found guilty, most likely you're going to go to court. So it's just been a fear that Sam Clef and others might just be the next person on the list. But then what do I know? Let's see what the coming days from now look like. Moving on, so David Phil is predicted to re-enter the UK singles chart for this week at number 86. Moving on, we saw yesterday Davido was saying with his new piece, which he had written on it, Gumbo at the time, and this sparked a lot of reaction. Last week, Davido unveiled this piece, and a lot of people came out to say he was imitating Burna Boy, because we all know Burna Boy as a piece called Gambo, and the history of that piece of Burna Boy is quite emotional, because that was a friend who he lost at the point, and then the piece is just to immortalize him on his body, and as it were. And then Davido had to go with one which he called Gumbo, and then we don't know at this point we don't know why he has to do with Gumbo, but then it was trending saying Davido was copying Burna Boy over last week. But then Davido was saying this week saying he pinned them, and then it's just his reaction of being goofy, saying I'm sure he's pinning them, and then he was flaunting the chain and flaunting the piece which he tagged Gumbo at the time. Who is Gumbo? Why is he wearing Gumbo? Why did they have to make a piece called Gumbo? I'm sure coming days, Davido is that person that we all know he doesn't have a big of a secret. So on the next podcast, if possible, he would explain why he had Gumbo on that piece. Moving on, we saw yesterday Peruzzi came out to eat out big time at Dammy Krane on Twitter. He came out to say, if I send Dammy 50k, if he thinks say I won't sign up for 3 years, a broke ewu. And then he went on to say, plus Dammy Krane owes me for the song. They begged to have me on, but it was too broke, so I wouldn't drag him. In fact, Dammy Krane, send account, make our FPUC front this evening. Now, this was where the old twist and turn began from. Peruzzi was just on crew saying Dammy was owing him, Dammy Krane was owing him, and he knows they cannot pay and all of that. But then he said, Dammy Krane, send your account number, let me give you something so you can just be okay for the night, as it were. And then we saw a lot of people came out to start trolling Peruzzi, and he had their time, and they began saying, I have written over 252 records for your industry, and you all keep playing with your dad on this app. Ask your fave, ask your God. I am an oracle. They consult me. Don't be silly. He went on to say, the industry when a thief Fulham. I go talk soon. Granting interviews when I'm done with Sabili, idiot. I know I told you, Sabili's album is album. That's the album coming from Peruzzi, and then he's saying when it's true with the album, he's going to be granting a whole lot of interviews, and then he called all of them idiots. That was an insultive word from Peruzzi, basically. And then he went on to say, I always say it. I know my elders, and I tell them whenever I get the chance to, but they're not past 2 or 3. When we talk, say, when we talk, when I they talk. And then this was coming because somebody said, I have said this over time, and I'll continue to say that no one comes close to Peruzzi. He owns the pen for this Nigeria, African, worldwide. Onago here for Sabili. And then he responded that way. He also went on to say, how many songs I don't write? How many I won't sing? I am about my bread and butter, but you no rate me because you not see me step am down with Fanta. Me will prefer hot chocolates. At this point, I'm like, okay, is this your line of your song or something? Because it was not syncing properly when he said all of this. And then he went on to say, my point is, leave my name out of your argument. No use me score points. Students different from teacher. And then we saw after he said that to Dammy Krane said his account number, and then Peruzzi credited his account with a sum of 50,000 naira. And then this make it interesting because a lot of people came out to say, why would Dammy Krane send his account number? Because we understand that you are paying, but obviously you should have a sense of shame and not do that online. But then a man got to do what he has to do. We saw where he sent his account number, and then Peruzzi funded him the sum of 50,000 naira. At the same time, he actually had to throw shade after sending that money. And the shade was when he said, wait, at Dammy Krane, why Onga they your name? Now, Dammy Krane name of the account is Oyindamola Emmanuel Johnson Onga. And then Dammy Krane is saying, why is Onga in your name? Are you that hungry, basically? And that got a lot of person cracked up and all of that. But then the question still remains, why would Dammy Krane send his account number to Peruzzi? Moving on, we saw somebody coming out to say, so Peruzzi wrote verse on Heaven's Gate. Wow. I'm not even surprised Burna Boy used a lot of songwriters, but his lost children said he has the best pen game in Africa. And that insultive word. And he said, the word then goes, so he said, Burna will sample and still use songwriters, make una no verse Peruzzi. So she is saying, or she was claiming that Peruzzi wrote a line or one of the lines in for Heaven's Gate, maybe all of the tracks in Heaven's Gate or songs in Heaven's Gate. And then she said, no wonder. And maybe not no wonder, but the point is, Burna Boy always come to say he doesn't use pen, he doesn't use writers and all of that. And then she said Burna Boy fans will defend that statement, saying Burna Boy does not use songwriters as it were. And then she said, make una no verse Peruzzi. Peruzzi debunked that, where Peruzzi said, laughing, don't give me credit for what I did not do. So Peruzzi have said, you know what, I didn't do that, please and please Do not give me credit for what I did not do. Anyways, for Peruzzi and Dammy Krane with the Twitter fans, we hope that today we have part two of that conversation. Yesterday was quite interesting. We hope that we'll get to see a part two of that conversation today. Moving on, we saw Odumadu Black Eziokwu have now spent 4 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Nigerian Spotify weekly top album chart. An amazing one. This was an album where a lot of Nigerians did not think it was going to do good numbers, me especially. But then, surprisingly, this album has proven a lot of people wrong, and then obviously doing all the numbers it can get at the time. The song is currently trending, and Otumodi is just saying, when you dropped the song, we all thought that a lot of albums were coming forth, and then we said that when the album dropped, so we're going to displace Otumodi. But trust me, albums have come, they have dropped, and Otumodi is still standing strong. So it's safe to say he is doing something good at the time. Moving on, the hottest sensational singer we have in the country now that is trending left, right, center. His name is Youngi. Now, Youngi is a funny guy. Was signed to Portable at the point. We saw when Portable came out online to say, this is my young artist, and then the guy sang online. Quite detestable when he sang, because other people were like, what is this? It's not nice. Get out. Don't sign this boy. Back and forth. He's not this. He's not talented. It's a waste of time. A lot of conversation. But then Portable went ahead to get him a car, a Benz vehicle, and all of that. But as usual, Portable and Youngi had issues, and then Portable had to strip him of the vehicle and then chase him out of the label at the time. And then ever since that event occurred, Nigerians have come forth. They've thrown their weight behind Youngi to support him and give him all the love he needs. I saw where he was getting so many support from artists, from friends and families, from big guys in the industry and in the business world. Recently, he has been signed, or we saw the Eastern business mogul known as Blood. His name is Blood. He asked the CEO of a lot of different tech app at the time and all of that, where he came out to say he was going to sign or endorse Youngi at the time. No, funny how Youngi doesn't look like that guy that can get anything. But the same story of Portable. Now, I recall how Portable came to the industry. He had a song, and he had a big song at the time, and then people loved the song. Then from there, got a lot of gifts. Davido gifted him money. Rusi gifted him money. Some person gifted him a car and all of that. He had similar story. Youngi is going through that same route as we speak, because people are coming forth for him, giving him cars, giving him money. This person just came out to endorse him with a multi-millionaire contract, which makes him the face of his business at the time. And that's a big one to Youngi. Yesterday, we saw where Barry Tiger manager came out to gift him an iPhone. So basically, this guy is living the life of his life, and then we expect that in coming days, he will utilize all of this and give us a massive, massive jam. If not, just like a trend, it will come and go away. My name is Daki. I'll catch you guys on the very next one.